Hello everybody, I'm back. Sorry I kind of ghosted, but here I am. Welcome to the kitchen. You might be wondering why we're here. Unless you read the title of this video, then you would know. But either way, we're gonna be baking today, folks. I don't know why I feel weird saying that. Anyway, we're gonna bake some banana bread. Let me tell you a quick little fun fact. So me and my roommate Blair, we tend to buy too many groceries that we can't handle, and then we panic because it's all rotting before we can even eat it. For a second I thought these were moldy, but it's just the stickers. See, that just proves my point. I was like, fuck. Anyway, I have these bananas here that are overly ripe, and I'm gonna use them and I'm gonna make some banana bread because baking is a great activity for when you are spiraling and want to ignore all your problems. I'm just kidding. Also, it's very like therapeutic for me to bake. I just think it's a good little mindfulness exercise, and I just needed a little mindfulness today. I've done a baking video before. Last year around Thanksgiving, I recorded myself making my pumpkin bread that I make every year. I did make it again this year, but I didn't film it. I'm sorry. But let me tell you, that pumpkin bread, and this banana bread is also very good. Let me tell you the origin story of this recipe. I stole it from my friend's grandma. I have a tendency of just like robbing recipes and then putting them on the internet. Anyway, I was at my friend Emily's house once, and we've been like best friends since we were 5 years old. So it's kind of one of those friends where you just walk into their kitchen and you see what's there and you just kind of eat it. So I go into her kitchen and there is a slice of banana bread. Not just a slice, like I didn't take the last slice. There was like a large piece of banana bread. And I was like, I'm gonna take some of this. So I ate the banana bread, and let me tell you, I'm not an expert on banana breads, but I knew that this was a good one. I was like, ooh, something about this is just hitting right now. So I was like, Emily, ma'am, who made this, and where's the recipe? I must have it. And she was like, oh, my dad made it. It was his mom's recipe. I don't know where it is, but like, I'll track it down for you. So she tracked down her grandmother's recipe, and this is it. So shout out to Emily's grandma's recipe. First things first, I'm gonna wash my hands because we are clean and sanitary here. I need to make sure I have everything that I need. From what I recall, it's a pretty simple recipe, so it shouldn't take too much stuff. I need flour, baking soda, salt, bananas, obviously, sugar, butter, vanilla, and an oven. So we definitely have an oven, and we have bananas. That's a good start. We have sugar and flour, salt, baking soda. And actually, I need a hand mixer for this. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in here. I found it. I need a step stool. Clearly I don't use this very often. She's making a comeback. Okay, I think that's everything. Look at us. It's like we're on the Great British Baking Show. Okay, I think we're ready. We gotta start with 2 bananas separately. Okay, these are very extremely overripe, so I can't even touch them until I'm ready. I feel like baking is also kind of a good time to self-reflect because, I mean, not just baking, but any type of activity like this where you're being hyper present because you're doing something that requires you to kind of move slowly and think about what you're doing. Lately I feel like I've been very much on autopilot, and I just like wake up, live the day, and sometimes the day just gets away from you. And if you're not careful with that, your life could easily just like get away from you. We just out here living, but not really paying attention. Like, do you ever drive somewhere? I don't want to slip and fall. Shoot, I feel like I was gonna say something good. Oh, okay. Are you ever in the car driving and you get to your destination and you're kind of just like, how did I just get here? Especially if it's somewhere that you're used to driving to, you kind of just drive and you don't realize where you are, where you're turning. You're just kind of going until you get there. The same happens with life. Sometimes we're just like, how did I get here? What have I been doing? Sometimes you gotta take a step back and just pay attention to what you're doing in the moment that you're doing it. There's like a good quote. Hold on, I forget what I have to do next. Wait. Oh, maybe I should explain what I'm doing so that you guys can do it too. So in a separate small bowl, you're gonna need 4 bananas for this. 2 of the bananas you're gonna mash in a separate bowl so that they have like a little bit of texture. So you do that one with a fork. And then the other 2 bananas, you start your big bowl and you do these with the electric mixer. You don't need an electric mixer, honestly. You could do it with a whisk, but the recipe said an electric mixer and I have one and I'm feeling fancy, so I'm just gonna do it with the mixer. But basically, you do these with the sugar and the whisk or the mixer so that it has like a more fluffy texture. But anyway, what I was saying about living life on autopilot, don't do that. Or not don't do that, but like if you catch yourself doing it, I didn't know this had this attachment. Wait, that's cool. This is exactly what I need because it said to do it with the wire attachment. And I didn't even realize it had one. I usually use these two, but haha, I'm gonna use this one. Anyway, it's super easy to get on autopilot, and then, are there supposed to be two? I don't think so, I think it's just the one. And then life passes you by and it gets away from you. And you gotta like stop it and be like, wait, this is my life. Why am I not paying attention to it? What's happening? So, moral of the story, that's why I'm baking right now, because I felt like my life was kind of just like happening to me, and life happens for you, not to you. Sometimes you gotta take that power back. I don't know why I'm being philosophical right now, but it just seems right for the moment. But anyway, ooh, this one's super ripe. Don't worry if your banana looks like it's rotten, because it's not. It's just sweeter. The darker it is, the sweeter it is. So don't panic. But anyway, the point of me saying that is to suggest that you guys make an effort to do things. It doesn't have to be baking. Not everybody likes to bake. Some people like to cook. I personally don't love cooking, actually. I prefer baking because, let me explain myself. Cooking, not to roast the entire like culinary community, but cooking, I feel like you spend a lot of time doing it. It's like a lot of work, a lot of effort, and the result lasts like 5 seconds, because then you just like eat the food. For me, by the time I'm done cooking like an elaborate meal, I'm not even hungry. I don't even want to eat it by the end of it. Versus baking, it is also like a process. You take time, you're doing it, but your result is so much longer. You have a cake, you have a bread, you have cookies, you have like whatever you're baking, that's gonna last you a few days. It feels more worth it, and you don't have to eat it right away. Food, like once you cook it, you gotta eat it, or it's not gonna be as good. You want to whisk these 2 bananas with the sugar. So it's 1 cup of sugar. And the reason you're doing this is because when you whip it with the bananas, it'll make it like a banana cream. And it's supposed to do something to the texture of the bread, I guess. I honestly don't know. I'm just rolling with it. Throw her in there. Good old diabetes. I still don't know if that joke is offensive, but I make it every time I bake. So I'm sorry if that's offensive. It is what it is. I've said what I've said. Okay. We're gonna whip these. This is supposed to be for 3 minutes, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. That whole thing seems pretty unnecessary, but we're just gonna trust the process on that one and continue. So now it looks like banana soup. Wait, how do I show you without spilling it? It's in there, I promise. You know the joke there. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't have to say it. Now we have banana soup in a bowl. Add the melted butter, eggs, and vanilla. Okay, I need to melt the butter. I use this, what's it called? Fake butter. It's like, doesn't have lactose. It works the same. We need 1.5 sticks. Success. Melted butter. Yep, the butter has been melted. I can't show you guys anything without spilling it, but you're just gonna have to trust me that it's there. Oh, anyway, before I got into my tangent about why I prefer baking over cooking, I was saying that any kind of thing that you feel is a mindful activity or something that you like to do that kind of calms you down or just focuses in your attention, try to implement that into your life as much as you can, because you don't want life to get away from you. Sometimes we just gotta reel it in, and we gotta spend a little time with ourselves. Why is this so hard to open? I also have the worst nails possible for opening things, but this was already an issue before I even had long nails, so I can't even use it as an excuse. I'm just bad at opening packages of things. We all have our strengths. This is not mine. Oh, we've done it, folks. Why do I keep saying folks? And I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I feel like I'm saying yolks, and I don't know if I should pronounce the L or not. Anyway, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Blend that with the eggs and the melted butter and the whipped fluffy banana with sugar. The other 2 are still in a separate bowl over here because those are gonna be adding texture later or whatever. What? Athena, this is Zen time. Somebody is whistling in the hallway. It has sent Athena into a spiral. So that's pretty mixed up. I'd show you, but I don't want to spill it all over the place, so just trust me. And now we have a separate little bowl for the dry ingredients. Of course, the foundation of all of our baked goods. Flour. 2 cups of that. Oh, look at that. There's a recipe for banana bread on the back of this, but it's not this recipe. And this recipe is better. I'm sure of it. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, why did I do that? I just got flour all over this. It's 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Baking soda. I got baking soda. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now that we have our dry ingredients, we're gonna mix it with our banana soup, and then it's gonna turn into a batter instead of a soup. I'm sifting it so there aren't clumps. I don't know if anything that I do is technically the correct way to do it, but we're just living life over here. It's like snow. I always jokingly talk about how I've never seen seasons before. My excuse is that I was born and raised in Miami. That's not really an excuse because I could just like go places where there are seasons, but I haven't really made the effort to. I laugh about it, but on the inside I'm very sad about it and I would like to see seasons. Everybody loves it here, but they don't realize that we have the same weather all year. And yeah, it's great weather, but it's the same. The holidays don't feel as holiday-y. We do get our cold fronts. It does go below 75 degrees at times, and I'm very excited for those days because then I get to wear my hoodie and not sweat. Don't be fooled, I'm still wearing hoodies and obviously sweats. Shop Mental Health Club all year round in the 80-degree weather. That's not stopping me. But when it's actually cold outside, I can wear it and not have a heat stroke. So that's always good. It's starting to gain consistency. It's no longer banana soup. Oh wait, I haven't preheated the oven. I always forget to do that. You need the oven to be hot. That would help. Oh, it's already at 350. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Don't forget to preheat your oven because your oven needs to be hot in order for things to bake. Okay, now we have to bring in the other bananas. It says to fold it in. Every time I bake, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do what it says and hope for the best. And usually it comes out pretty good. I think I got batter on my face. That's good. We're just doing a facial while we're at it. Okay, so now it looks like this. Wait, you can kind of see it now. I don't think I'll spill it because it's a little thicker. She's looking good. So while your batter is just chilling over here, give her a little time to self-reflect since this is a self-reflection activity. Put a little spray on your pan so it doesn't stick to it. Now we pour the batter into the pan. Who would have thought? And then, oh, I think I slammed it a little too hard. Usually you gently slam it a little bit so that the air bubbles get out of it. That was a little intense. I was kind of, I guess, letting out a little bit of anger there. You'll notice little air bubbles coming up and just popping. I love baking. In another life, if this wasn't my life right now, maybe I do have a life in like a parallel universe where I am from a small little town in somewhere far, far away, and I just have a little bakery, I don't know. There's like a little upstairs with a little mini apartment, and it's like in a little town where there's not like a lot of people, and I just bake every day, like a little Hallmark movie town. Everybody say bye, good luck. I believe in you. There she goes. I usually set the timer for like 40-45 minutes to check on it to make sure there aren't any disasters happening. Ah, what was that? Oh, my wine opener, okay. There was like a chainsaw in here. Now the fun part, waiting an hour. You could do whatever you want. You could meditate, you could go for a walk, you could read a book. Ooh, I have a book recommendation, one sec. I have been reading Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. It's very good. Love Joe Dispenza. Love how he talks about subconscious programming and reprogramming your mind. And I love any books that have to do with self-development or like psychology, spirituality. That's my jam. So this is my book recommendation. Maybe we should start like a book club and I'll just recommend books. If anybody wants to join my book club, let me know. I just read Many Lives, Many Masters. It was also very good if you're into like past lives and that kind of stuff. Also recommended. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Okay guys, the time has come. The moment we've all been waiting for. I got my little mitts on. Oh my god, that's hot as fuck. Ta-da! Honestly, why am I not wifed up? Now accepting applications. Thank you very much. I should taste it, shouldn't I? I'm gonna let it cool and then we'll try it. It's time for a taste test. Yay! Claire, would you like the honor?
I come in just for the last part. Gigi made the best pumpkin bread in the whole world last time.
Is it good? Yay.
The crust, oh my god.
Approved.